Said he has $3.8 million in the pipeline right now. He's only been with us for 9 days.
Yeah.
And he came with a little bit of experience. Imagine yourself doing this, that you do this on a day-to-day with years and years of experience. And even better, now that we're giving out 50% on the deal, imagine that, 3.8 million. Let's say it closes at, let's say 1 point. What's that? 380,000, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
50%. Imagine that. That's the commission. So please follow the process. And then we had, I guess when they come back, we'll go ahead and introduce the other young lady that was there. But what else did we have in the pipe, Stanley? I mean, Stanley, wow.
You keep calling me Stanley. That's like the third time in like the last like half hour. Are you missing him?
I guess I'm
missing him. You have Stanley withdrawals. No. So let's just jump really, right into it. Are brokers actually closing deals on social media, or people just talking about it? Are we just fooling ourselves with just views and likes, or like the vanity of that, or are people actually closing deals? I, from one thing, can say, straight up, with all the marketing and stuff that you can see that like we do on social media, I do have people that are not signed up with Brokers Connection that just want to send me deals or send other people deals that's on the panel just from seeing the content. So am I actually putting out the content myself? No, we have the Brokers Connection page, and whatever they're doing behind the scenes, I have random people that somehow find my personal Instagram and like are trying to send me deals.
Someone sent you a deal at 3:00 in the morning, you said, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that he found me through social media, but definitely he responded to one of my texts, because every once in a while I'll just send out like feelers to people, and I'll see, who's going to need money out of the blue that I've never spoken to before. And this gentleman was like, hey, listen, responding to a text that you sent back in February. Went back to just a feeler that I sent out. He's like, I need money. He's like 3:30 in the morning. And I just so happened to be up. And I said, here's my link, fill it out. He filled it out in the moment and sent the bank statements. And it's actually, been uploaded today, and we're waiting on answers.
Also with social media, Jennifer, we were talking earlier about the last podcast that we had.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Can we toast? We haven't toasted yet. Can we toast?
Yes,
it's Tequila Thursdays, ladies and gentlemen. Can we toast? Can we toast, guys?
Cheers.
Let's go. Cheers it up.
Wow.
There you go. You missed him so much. There he is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm sorry. What were you asking, Jennifer?
He's not camera ready. So what I was saying was, Jennifer. So you had mentioned to me, the conversation we had was that on the last podcast that we had, obviously you gave a lot of information. You had one of your, within your network give you a call. They were just unaware of the product that you were offering, right? Wasn't that you were able to get a lead out of a prospect that had no idea about the program that you specifically focus on, that you're actually introducing.
Okay, the all-in-one, right?
Yes,
That
correct.
one? Okay,
correct.
yeah. Okay, that happens actually a
Let's
lot.
put the mic down. They can't even see
You
your
hear me?
face. Yeah, they can't see your face. There you go.
Get more views. Listen, that happens a lot. I think that when somebody thinks they want something, right? Now I'm just gonna let's mention a different product, right? Let's say a HELOC, right? Yeah. That's kind of where that falls into, or they're curious about one program, or they want to refinance. It's your job as a professional to educate them so that they know that, hey, maybe that loan is not for you, maybe it is for you. Or, besides that, I mean, even then, right, you educate them, they're happy, and then you always end it with a question, right? Yep. Do you know anyone buying a house or that's looking to refinance? So I think that's the key, right? That's where you can, give and get. You give knowledge, you make them happy, and then you're going to gain something from that, which is a new client.
Correct. All right. So that's more. So you get a lot of deals than you would say from referrals or just.
So all my deals pretty much come from past clients, my referral base, and I want to say like barely anything from social media. So yeah. I need more followers. Everyone follow me.
What's your what is it, Instagram or is it TikTok? What is it?
Instagram and TikTok, the Wholistic Lender.
At the Wholistic Lender.
At the Wholistic Lender. Yeah.
Okay, great. Perfect. And then how about Sarah? How about yourself? What is how do you I know we sort of said about it, but TikTok or Instagram, what would you say, or LinkedIn? right? Because everyone has a LinkedIn page. What would you say out of the three, who wins?
I'm personally not into social media, but if I have to, if I have to choose one, I'm gonna say TikTok right now
Mm-hmm.
because it's up and coming. People are into the short clips. You don't have to spend a lot of time to get the knowledge that you're looking for. So I would say TikTok.
Okay.
Stan.
All right,
what do
now
you think?
Stanley, what?
Yeah, well, hold on.
First of
Well,
all-
ladies and gentlemen, we all know the young man who just joined the very end of the panel. You know what I'm saying? You guys see him here week after week. Stanley, thank you so much for joining us. I know you had other commitments, but you
Just wanted to chime in real quick.
I know you had other commitments, but you still made it back to join us and to join everybody. So thank you so much, Stanley.
I always support the family. Now, that's an interesting question Daryl posed. Which one is best to get business from? And I think the right answer is the one that you nurture. So some people, the platform might be YouTube, it might be TikTok, it might be Instagram, it might just be Facebook. But are you putting the time into it? Are you researching the content you're going to put in? Are you putting that time? When you ever see social media, people have 3 phases. They talk about their products. But remember something, it's not just a product that sells. People do business with people they like. So if you're going to go on social media, let them know who you are. If you go your local area and you're lending, and that morning you like cream cheese and bagels with coffee. Yo, starting my day with a fresh bagel and coffee. You know how many people are like, oh, I'm doing the same thing. Yo, we do the same thing. Or you're like, you know what? Some people say, time to relax. This is my happy place, and it's a beach. Post that. Now they get to know you. Remember, the key to sales sometimes, a lot of times, even in phone sales, people do business they feel comfortable with and like. So if you're going to use social media, you have to be social on it. It's a free marketing for yourself, but you only get out what you put in. That's my take.
And Stanley, I have to agree with you because, I have, all 3 platforms, but I have the most engagement with people on Facebook, right? I know that I might seem like an old timer, whatever. I'm still a Facebook guy, right? And the that's crazy. but no, the majority of people that I interact with is on Facebook. And I'm in certain groups like Long Island, like the locals that speak about like mortgages and I'm in those groups.
Long Island singles?
I was gonna
LGBTQ.
Hey, yo.
No, I'm not in any of those social groups. But what I am in is in the business professional groups that people are at. Sometimes mortgage guys just throwing like their business card up there. Realtors that are showing houses, like they just throw it up there. Just like the people that are local to Long Island, like I'm in those groups, and people are marketing themselves all the time, putting their business card out there. Putting up listings. So I can tell you, in those groups, and they're getting lots of business because a lot of people just don't simply either they're archaic and they're not using it to sell their product, or people in their community don't even know what they're doing. And I would see all the time, like even still today, like a guy that's a realtor posts like that he has a listing, and people are like, dude, we didn't even know you sold houses. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you can only imagine, just like Stanley said, people buy from who they like, who they're relatable to. So imagine seeing this guy's story every day for 20 years. Now you start to like him behind the scenes. You have no idea who he is. And now he's like selling a house. You're probably going to want to meet him. Now you want to try to buy something because you like him. So I understand, that whole point of view.
Let me say this. I mean, Stanley, you're 100% correct. I mean, but I think that's the old way of doing business. Just in a sense, it still is. I mean, listen, go ahead listen, we're old.
Damn.
Speak
for yourself, bro.
We have to
crack.
Leaving.
Well, let me speak for myself. I'm old, but
There we go.
I have to keep up with the times, right? What is the best way for me to reach the most amount of people with less work, right? That's my mindset. What do I have to do in order to do that? Now, yes, some of us are camera shy. Some of us, don't know. I've met people that don't know how to work their phone. They have an iPhone, $1,000 phone, and don't know how to work their phone, right? Which is insane. But what do you think? Like the objective is when you get on the phone is to make contact, right? That's why you get by a dialer, right? Because you're dialing as many people as you possibly can, and whoever picks up, that's who you're going to speak to the phone, who you speak on the phone with.
Yep.
So it's the same concept. Social media, for a lot of people that don't know, social media allows you to reach a large demographic without having to spend a lot of money. You can literally go on Facebook and put a budget for $4, $5 a day, right? $20, let's say, for 4 days. Now, do that. If you put the right message in play, your cost per acquisition, right? And if you don't know what that means, you need to really step up your game, because you have to know how much money you spend on a lead and to acquire that, right? That's
or log in on Wednesdays.
Or log in on Wednesdays, and we'll go over all that. But you have to understand your cost per acquisition, just the same way that a restaurant has to know if they're going to serve you a plate with filet mignon and they're going to put everything else on it. What does that plate cost? What does that plate cost to make in order to price it correctly? Because there are a lot of restaurants that just love what it's on the plate, but don't know how much it costs for them to make it and what their profit margins are. So, not to get off topic, but now, what does it cost? Social media allows you to speak to, or allows you to interact or present your idea or your product or your message to literally millions of people. Right? Where now, if you do if you're cold calling or you're on a dialer, you can't reach that many people. You got to spend a lot of money. But social media is very, very important. And it's not that, oh, I'm old, I don't know how to do it. I don't know. You have to learn.
Can I give them a hack for a sec?
Please.
To play off what Jose is right. That's why there's introverts and extroverts, right? But this is what I'll challenge you to. If you notice, nothing gets invented anymore, right? It only gets recycled. If you really think about it, it always gets reinvented. And number one phrase: don't reinvent the wheel. If you hear us talk about it, and you're on the Zoom or you see the videos in the community, post and you can read it verbatim the way we said it and act like it's yours. People buy from. Think about it. If you're an educator, if we're talking about fix and flip loans in the community, take it, transcribe it, repeat it. That's all you have to do. We're not, like I said, we're not even asking you to make something unique. Let's be honest, we're not reinventing the mortgage. We're not reinventing revenue-based lending. We're not reinventing term loans, lines of credits. We're not reinventing HELOCs. But you could copy us because you have a different community to reach. My friends group is different from your friends group. When Instagram does that algorithm, I guarantee my posts aren't popping up on your post. That's simple. Just copy and paste it. I'm telling you.
And that's actually a good point. I'm sorry, we're just going back and forth. But listen, let me share one more experience, and I definitely want to get the perspective of Jennifer and Sarah. But just Ryan, like he said before, 3.8 million in the pipeline. He's doing the same thing that we put in the courses. The difference is we make sure that he follows through. The same thing that we've given you, the roadmap to 10,000, the roadmap to success. He's doing every single thing that we've asked the community to do or that we post in the community. So we're just making sure that we're on top of him to make sure, big, do this, do this, do this, do this. This is how it goes, etc. Today, there's a young man that started working for us. We just loved his drive. His name is George. George, and not George of the Jungle, but George. So George, what he does, and I like this kid because no sales experience. He has 2 jobs.
Yep.
He works at Foot Locker. He works at IHOP. I said, listen, and he's like, Jose, I want to learn this industry. I'm willing to commit. This kid shows up every morning, whether it's for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Yep. Today he left. He actually gave us a full day.
Yep.
Think about it. The kid works 3 jobs. 3 jobs. Who's really doing that? This kid is committed to what he's doing. I said, no problem. But I say that to say this because today we were doing a pitch meeting. Every morning we do pitch meetings.
Skill mill, yep.
Skill mill.
Yep.
Right? And then what we did today was it was funny because we just went over and we said the same thing that we post on YouTube. Right? I told them, what's your rebuttal gonna be when someone says to you, oh, you know what, you're charging me too much money, right? Or I don't want to pay for a service. A couple of episodes ago, Daryl said, "Oh, you know what? It's it's not about what was it about the plumber laying the pipe, right? About the plumber. He didn't say lay the pipe, but I made fun of.
No, but
it was about the plumber.
Yeah, it was. If the plumber. Yeah, it's crazy.
Sorry.
No, when like let's just say though, and I'm sure you guys have all seen like this example somewhere on social media where you don't really want to ever get paid for your time. You get paid for your expertise, right? So if the plumber shows up and you think it's the biggest problem in the world, and he's able, he's charging you $5,000 for the job, he shows up and he gets the job done in 5 minutes. You're gonna say, why the hell would I ever want to pay anybody $1,000 an hour? But you shouldn't, look at it like that, because you're paying him for his 15 years of experience that allows him to do that shit in 5 minutes. Something that you couldn't just watch a video on YouTube and do a DIY, do it yourself.
DWI?
It's DIY.
Do it yourself. Yeah, DIY. Tequila Thursday. Sorry, DIY. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. No, seriously, like a DIY. So usually right now, everyone's so comfortable just going to YouTube or going anywhere, just typing in how to do it yourself, right? And sometimes you just can't. You need a professional, and you shouldn't discount the professional's time because they were able to do a great job expeditiously.
And that's why you guys shouldn't sell yourself short, right? And that's why we say all the time, you know what? That's and take that, because that's really the truth. Make sure that they understand you're a professional in this field. Another thing that we said before was, when the client says, "Oh my God, you know what? I had a bad experience with a broker." Okay, that's fine, right? I get it. Now, let me ask you a question. Can I judge you off of the same performance that someone else did? No, right? And then also another rebuttal that I use a lot as well is, let me ask you a question. And I think, was it Jen? I think you said it last time, is how many girlfriends or how many people did you have to date how many girls had to break your heart before you met your wife? You understand? So it is. You're going to go through all that, but still understand that experiences. What did you learn from that? Right? So don't sell yourself short. I guess that's the point that I'm trying to make. But still, go to Brokers Connection. Clips that we make on a day-to-day is to make sure that it's training that we do here. So make sure that you are able to view that, understand it, learn it. Join Tequila Thursdays. Join not just Tequila Thursdays, but also join Live Dives. And remember, 50% on the deals that we go ahead and you guys submit.
You know what, Jose, really quick, I see that they got their camera working again. So Rye Guy's in there. He's also joined by a special guest on our panel tonight, Sophia. Sophia, thank you very much.
Yes.
For joining us. Just a little background. So Sophia owns a photography business, and she's also been inquiring about how she would go about starting a food truck, right? And she's watched some of our content. She was actually here for last episode and got a chance. They're gone. They got a chance to go ahead and she was able to watch some of our content, and she's seen some of the stuff, and she was asking us questions, and it was great. So Sophia, really quick, if you could just chime in and just tell us, you're in the photography business, so obviously social media is a big place for you to drive in your own business, whether you're showing some of your past work or whatever your portfolio. If you could just, chime in, just give us a little bit of background about how important that is to the success of your business.
So I actually, what Sarah was saying, how she does a lot of networking as well. That's one of the number one ways that I have gotten traffic to, it's not just my business, it's actually a family business that my dad started. I kind of branch off on my own and do a lot of jobs by myself. But networking is definitely the number one way I feel like I've gotten people to come and look at my work or hire me. And like Stanley said too, people do business with people that they like, and people that they feel comfortable with, and also people that they relate to. So a lot of people in business, they have similar goals. So when you talk to people about your goals and kind of just where you want to get with your business, a lot of people maybe they're not doing the same trade as you, but they're all doing similar things to get to that goal. So I think it's really important to network. That's probably the number one ways. If you're a likable person, if you could talk to people, if you have relatable things that you've went through or things that you've tried that have failed or worked, people, they're going to want to talk to you, and they're going to want to do business with you if they like you and they relate to you. So networking's number one. I do post on social media too. I have gotten a couple of people that have reached out to me through social media.
Nice.
Still something that I'm working on to get a little bit bigger because it is
Yeah.
a new account I just started this year. So, yeah,
Now,
that's my take.
Sarah and Sophia, thank you very much. For obviously number one joining us, but still stay on.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. So, Jennifer and Sarah, someone's an entrepreneur, right? You guys have been through it all. What would you suggest, or what would you say, or what advice would you give someone like that, especially in someone that's just starting off?
I would say buckle up, and what doesn't break you will make you.
We have to raise your chair. There's no.
I'm like hunched down. Okay. No, so like literally. So yeah, that's what the life of the entrepreneur is like a roller coaster. That's why I said, buckle up. You will have your good days, you will have your bad days. Always have something saved, because the life of an entrepreneur, you don't have a steady paycheck. And you have to take, the wins and the losses equally, because with every loss is a lesson, and with every win, well, that's a celebration.
Yeah.
So that would be my advice.
I like that. Now, Sarah, for a lot of people that don't know, you've had your own business, right? I think you still do have your own business. So I don't know, I don't know. I guess tell us a little bit about that. What was your experience, and what advice do you want to give to someone just starting off, or what would you give someone starting off?
So yeah, I had a trucking business where we used to operate and have trucks going down from Georgia to New Jersey. And I kind of pivoted and do compliance works too for trucking companies. And I would say, similar to Jen, we need to, really save your money if you're gonna go ahead and get into any type of business endeavor. I've mentioned it before on the podcast. I would have got funding and all the lines of credit and 0% credit cards and all the information I know now. I would have utilized different bank programs, made sure my credit was intact. But I would say overall, definitely be confident. And I think that as long as you're putting in the hard work and you are confident and you don't give up, you're going to see success. You're going to have your ups and downs, but overall, the best part is that there's no cap to your earning. So when you really put your mind to it, you can make anything. So I think that's probably the most appealing thing. And yeah, just being women in a lot of male dominated industries, whether it's trucking or sales, I would just say confidence is really key. And, I've really, from my experience, people respect knowledge and transparency more than anything. So that's how I operate.
Whoa. What are you saying? That it's not the same playing field?
Yeah,
Hold on.
that
First of all, let me clap it up for what you said. Right before that.
I'm ready.
But now I want to know.
Ready.
I would like to know, and Rick Green, we're gonna get to your matter of fact, we're gonna get to your question in a minute. But go ahead. So you're saying that it is not the same for males and females? What are you serious?
Can you just elaborate?
On that?
Just expound a smidge.
I mean, everyone might have different experiences, but all the industries I've worked in have been like male dominated. So sometimes it works to your benefit, and maybe clients want to talk to you more, but if they want to talk to a woman, or maybe they're not as harsh about certain things, or sometimes maybe it's easier to make a sale because they're like, all right, I don't mind paying this girl. She's nice and talks to me. So sometimes you can definitely capitalize off being a woman.
Wait, so that sounds it's easy. It's easy. You have an advantage. What are you? Whoa.
Absolutely not.
But overall, that's why I said confidence is key. A lot of times, like, some men don't always show the same respect. Like,
Yeah.
I might say the same thing that maybe Stanley says to the client, but after they speak with him, they want to move forward. And I literally learned from Stanley, and he taught me exactly what to say. So sometimes, there's definitely issues. So just be confident and know your products.
Jennifer, what do you say about that?
Wow. So
Be easy on us, okay?
Yeah,
Please.
We're at a disadvantage here.
all right. So look, I feel that it just depends on the person, right? Some people like dealing with men, some people like dealing with women. It all goes down to, and I mean this in the less
Say
in the
it. Oh, you better say this right now. Tequila Thursday. You would say this right now.
There you go. She used a Diddy bell.
I love this thing, by the way. It goes down to, and this is just a general statement, right? Culture, because some cultures are more, I guess, chauvinistic than others. And then obviously it could even go down to, that person. Are you a male or a female?
Yeah.
I noticed that, some female professionals, older female professionals, like working with younger male professionals, and then some male professionals like dealing with female professionals. Am I good?
No, you didn't.
Okay. All in all, I feel that the woman and man dynamic, right? The female and male dynamic when it comes to marketing, right? Because let's not get off topic. This is about social media and the marketing and all that stuff. I feel that duo is very powerful because you're offering the best of both worlds. Yes, I feel that it is hard, not to get off topic either, but I feel like it is harder for a female in a male dominant industry because, let's be real. We're like gentle, right? We're a little bit more loving. We're a little bit more caring. We're empaths. And then guys, another thing too, we're hormonal.
We're not loving and caring.
I'm so gentle.
Absolutely not. No, I'm just kidding.
So gentle.
Women are also hormonal, right? You guys wake up every day and your clock resets. We're on a cycle. So we're just different, and it is what it is. It really comes down to the client or the atmosphere that you're in working in. But as long as you hold yourself with confidence and you know your stuff, nobody could break you, no matter what you are, who you are. And especially nowadays, you could be it, he, they, she, we,
us,
an apple. I identify as an apple. No, I'm just kidding.
No, all right.
No. I got to cut you off because this is a great point. I can tell you this. Do I believe that, finance is a male-dominated field? Yes.
Oh, 100%.
I believe that. But there's one caveat. I've also never worked at an office that had a couple of ladies working in it, that at least one of those ladies wasn't one of the top producers, top three, right? There has always been in any office that I've ever worked in, some super elite female that's in a male-dominated field that really owns it, owns who she is, owns what works, owns what doesn't work.
Yes.
And is able to really capitalize off of every single lead. And, again, I've never worked in an office with Jennifer, but I can already tell that just by sitting next to her that she has a lot of the same characteristics. She has a lot of the qualities that would make her the top producer like she is in her office. Sarah, one of the top producers in our office. Love her. She knows all the products better than everybody. She speaks to the clients better than everybody. We could ask a random program right now, and I don't even know of that. She'll know everything front and back. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give your kudos to the ladies.
100%.
100% when it's due. 100%.
Now, also too.
I'm not pandering. That's real.
No. Listen, Sarah, you worked with us for quite some time. I just think sometimes you're a little modest because you know a lot of these products. To be honest with you, and it's all about knowledge and speed, right, Sarah? So. You know the product. You know the product better than anyone on this floor. You've been with us for a very long time, so you know the process too, which is amazing. And I think the reason why Sarah has become a top producer is because of speed, right? Money loves speed, but attention loves authenticity, right? And that's what she does, is that she allows the client or works with the client, understands the client's needs, understands what they are actually, whether it's business lending, what are you looking to do with the money? Whether it's a mortgage, what is your main objective? You're going to do refi cash out, why? Right? And so that she's able to go ahead and meet their needs and their requirements and fulfill their basically their point, for a lack of a better word.
Yeah, and right. you know, Jose, sometimes the best ads sometimes the best ads, Jose, they don't
cost a thing.
They don't cost.
I taught you that.
Yo,
But listen, let's do this. I want to get into so Rick Green. I want to get into your question.
Yes,
I had
Rick.
a question. So
Wait, hold on. Can we clap it up for Rick for
of course, Rick. Thank you.
A couple times in the chat.
I love that, Rick. Thank you very much. So, Sarah, can you help us and just you're closest to the what is Rick asking?
All right. So he asked, do you have good programs for fix and flips and the purchase of rental properties in my area?
He's in Arkansas, not Arkansas.
Not Arkansas, ladies and gentlemen.
Arkansas. I want to correct you.
Arkansas.
I want to correct you.
Okay, stop
Go
it.
ahead.
Okay.
All right. So
Yeah, we definitely do. Fix and flip. We have a minimum is usually around a 640 credit score, but we have programs that range from 70% LTV, maybe if you have a bad, all the way up to 100% financing. So 70% LTV is on average of purchases on rehab, on fix and flips. We cover the entire rehab, but we also go up to 100% depending on experience and depending on your credit score. And Jose, when it comes to Arkansas, is that do you have any knowledge if that's something that would offset for fix and flips if it's too rural or anything, or is that something we can always get done?
We definitely can get it done. Within Arkansas, whatever state you're in, please check with the CFPB to see if it's classified as a rural area. We do have. Wait, hold on. There we go. I'm glad he came. Hold on.
Wait,
go ahead.
Hello. On that question, we have the capability to do rural properties also. I know you guys were.
Stanley, can you read the question, please, of my guy Rick Green?
Broker in Arkansas. Do you have good programs for fix and flip and purchase of rental properties in the area? Definitely. Especially, we do a lot in Arkansas, surprisingly. The reason why it's such a great niche for us is that we're one of very few lenders that will go down to a $50,000 loan amount. And the reason why that's important, as a broker, you're going to think, why would I want to do a $50,000 loan? But I've realized in a lot of portfolios we do in Arkansas, a lot of investors have portfolios. So when they're refinancing, they're never just refinancing one property. We do a lot of portfolio loans where we could refinance 20 properties in one clip. And you might think about the $50,000, but that $50,000 property, when you speak to that investor, becomes a $500,000 loan, $1 million loan, because they have so many units. And the uniqueness of us versus a lot of people, they could only do one unit at a time. So that client's paying 10, 20 different processing fees, 10, 20 different underwriting fees, where we'll just charge one underwriting, one processing, and blanket them all together.
Rick, listen, right now, while we have Stanley.
And he also asked about DSCR loans, right?
Yes.
So how about DSCR loans? Can you do that?
We could blanket those too.
Okay, just a blanket and snuggle?
No. Listen, real quick. While Rick is here and he's attending, Rick, if you don't mind, you want to unmute your mic and just have a little dialogue with Stanley. You might have a scenario you want to run by him really quick, briefly, if you don't mind. That'd be great.
Rick is a little shy.
It's okay. All right,
it's all
Stanley,
right.
what were you saying, Stanley?
Arkansas, like I said, surprisingly, we do a lot of business in that state.
Yep.
So we do fix and flips. We do DSCR in that state. We have uniqueness where we have hybrid programs where in Arkansas happens a lot because a lot of places are rural, where one of the programs that we're rolling out also to the community that we do seller financing. And this should be big for the wholesalers and big for subject to people, investors. So for example, everyone knows about our no DSCR program that doesn't care about your credit score, right? Well, we've sweetened the pot. So let's say you have a seller that's adamant to sell and I have bad credit. FundRock will only give me 50%. If the seller's willing to, we'll let him carry a mortgage of 40% on that loan and only have to come. That means you only have to come to the table with 10% on a commercial or residential property. I'll say this again. You have a score below 600, I will finance 50%, but I will also allow the seller to finance another 40%. That means you'll only have to come to the table with 10% and closing costs. Now, if your credit score is above 600, 620, I will finance 70%, and then I will allow the seller to finance another 20%, which still allows you to only put down 10% in closing costs. Understand, unicorn product.
And Jen, getting back to so Stanley, I love that because it's a product that a lot of people don't have. But Jen, let's get back to you. What is the program? Because you have a unique program.
Yes, we have the all-in-one, which pretty much it works as a first lien HELOC, and most of the mortgage payments from this loan, right? It goes based towards the principal of your loan amount. You can literally end up paying your mortgage instead of 30 years to 14 years just based on your bank deposits. So the way it works is you have your loan. And you have up to, let's say, you get approved for about 80% LTV of what your house is worth. You technically don't have that mortgage payment because you're constantly making deposits into your bank account. The way the bank calculates the mortgage payment is based on every day the interest recalculates, and because you're making deposits every single month, you technically don't have to like make a payment because your payment is your deposits. Did I explain that correctly? Because
I don't know. You're the one saying.
No, I mean,
I have no. You're drinking salsa. By the way, we gotta turn that bottle of wine. Kirkland has
got
not
me
given
going.
us money yet for this for the podcast. But go ahead. I'm sorry. So but yes, you're explaining
Yeah.
it to us. Is that correct?
yeah. Well, I'm explaining it to everyone.
What did you just say?
Yeah, so
Summarize it.
Yeah, the loan. All right, the loan that we have. It, like I said, it was a first lien
Oh,
HELOC.
he's back. He's back.
He's back.
He's like
Yeah. Okay, so the loan.
Stanley, go ahead.
I'm just here to assist. The reason why I know her program is because I love the product she has. And what you guys don't realize, a lot of people in our community actually contact Jennifer about our program. And besides being on the pod and drinking, I hear her help people. So I know a little bit more about it.
Wait, she's not drinking.
I'm not drinking.
She's-
I'm
yes,
sober.
So yeah. Please do not make that. Do not make that.
You
reference.
get next to Daryl and he let you be sober.
Do not make that reference.
I'm just feeding Jose.
No, Daryl is just chugging it. Look at him.
Off camera, I'm just,
You know,
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
If you look at any commercial, they'll talk about a line of credit and HELOC. Everyone knows that. It's unlocking equity in your house.
Everyone loves that. Everyone
Everyone
loves it. Yes.
You unlock the equity of your house and you get a checkbook when you close and you could use it how you want. The beautiful thing about this program that a lot don't, they won't let you be first position, meaning that you normally have to have a mortgage first, a traditional mortgage, 5-year, 15-year, 30-year, and then you're a second. Now, there's two parts of this that's unique. One is it lets it become the first position of the loan, but this is the beauty of it. Every time you make a payment, you actually make the house into your checking account. So let's say you get your pay stub that goes in, and every time it hits your account and goes into that account, it recalculates how much of that payment is interest. So let's say, for example, you have no big purchases and your checks keep hitting. That principal keeps dropping until you need the money.
Wait, say it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Just because. Hold on. I don't mean to cut you guys off, but there is a question on here. The seller financing product, right? And I guess when you came in, Stanley, it was, do we have a HELOC to offer this product?
So yeah, this would be the HELOC, and again, it acts as a HELOC. But the thing about, and the great thing about this is that, like a HELOC, you don't have to, rerun your credit. You don't have to like reapply every time you want to pull out money. You literally pull out money as you like, whenever you like, because your home acts like a checking account.
Fire.
Yeah, and then also too, just understand this is that it is a primary residence, so you're referring it over. Remember, there you need to be licensed. So if you want to learn how to actually get licensed or understand the product, please just let us know. But remember, today we're just talking about friends in the industry that we refer business to, especially entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs in the space. And
Mind you can send her business.
yeah, 100%.
Thank you.
She becomes your plug.
Also, you can do this on investment properties as well.
So let's talk about investment properties.
There we go. Hold on. That's breaking news. I did not know that.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is breaking news.
Learn something new every day, standing man.
Yeah,
See?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
All right,
breaking
so
news.
quick. So they had another question on here that went on.
No,
all right, so let's take a step back. I apologize. I don't mean to interrupt you, Jennifer. So something that Stanley said about seller financing. Seller financing sounds good, and I believe it was that went over my head.
that was because my explanation was, listen, I had a long day today.
Oh, that was you, Jennifer.
That was me. That was
Yeah,
me.
Jennifer. All right.
You know,
so Jennifer. And then, now, Steve asked, "Do we have to be licensed to refer?"
Alfonso says, if the answer is yes, could it be open-ended and interest
He's
only?
talking about the HELOC.
For what period?
Oh yeah, you can take this out for 30 years.
Mhm.
And as long as you as long as you qualify and do not surpass your 80 LTV, it is interest only, and it does recalculate every day. So I guess that answers your question.
So the question, because I'm curious now, especially since you said investment.
Yeah.
Because I know normally HELOCs is like 10 years interest only, 20 years fixed. It doesn't have that mechanism.
No,
It
it's a
stays
30.
interest only.
Yep, 30 years interest only.
Oh, that's
But also, too, on an investment property, we have the ability, if you want to get into investments, and remember, investment properties, we have the ability, right, Stanley, to go ahead and get a second position on investment properties, right?
correct. That's what we offer that too. But hers is on, like I said, first position also offers primaries, which we can't do.
Yeah,
Let's be
we're
transparent.
not licensed.
Banking department, you heard it here first. We're
Yeah.
not saying we could do primary.
Yes.
Okay? But on the vested end, that's where we become a caveat in a unicorn, because we have the LTVs, we have the capital on investments.
Yep.
That's where we become the unicorn.
And like he said, banking department, please understand, it's referring the business over. There is
NMLS license.
yes, that's it.
Yeah,
We're just
that's
giving
me.
give the business away. Give the business away. Alfonso, I'm not even gonna read what was it? There was one on there. Listen, just no one has to be licensed to refer business over.
Correct.
That's what it is. You can refer business over, but just understand this. Even if you're not, you want to take it like this. If there's a product that you need to be licensed, at times you have to take an L to take a W, right? So unless you're going to go get licensed, fine, go get licensed. Compliance, it's all compliance. So what you're doing right now is Jennifer is presenting to you a program that's available to clients that could potentially come back to you, which that's what she would do is like, listen, such and such gave me your information. I'm doing this, etc. There is no compensation because you're not licensed. But understand this, it just takes one good deed for you to do in order for it to come right back to you and make you millions. Because just I had a friend of mine right in the space as well telling me a story where what he did was he took, and my friend's name is Stanley. He took a deal and referred it over to a HELOC because it's a big construction deal that's going to get done, right? And that's what happened, right? Didn't happen. Listen, you know what?
Off of it.
Right. We don't make a dollar off of it, but you know what, Jose? But we're going to make the it's going to allow us to go ahead and do a big construction deal for whatever it was that they needed the money.
Yeah, they
for.
were doing a they needed a HELOC of 100,000,
Yes.
and Jose does not let anything move without us getting paid. Right?
It came from an affiliate.
Oh, no.
No.
Jen, yo, don't let them do that to you, Jen.
Look, I'm going
Don't
to
let
be
them do
honest.
that to you, Jen.
I've done deals for free.
Yep.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Tell 'em,
I'm a
Jen.
strong believer that if you do a good deed, it will come back to you in tenfold. So
Wait, hold on, Jen. But hold on, Jen. But not if we have someone to be responsible for it. Because if one of the affiliates sends over a deal, we can't say, hey, you know what? Let's send it over, because then they're gonna hold us responsible. We got to come out of pocket.
Well, listen, how about this one, right?
Yes.
How about this one? One hand washes the other and both wash the face.
Oh,
Jadakiss.
Bang.
I don't even.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know, like if you're from New York, that's Jadakiss. I know Jadakiss bar.
I had to
But
do
Jada
it.
Kiss was.
I get it.
Hurt bird.
I'm even like raspy like him. I'm like the female version of Jadakiss.
Oh, wow, Jada Kiss. If you heard that, listen. At
Kiss, I'm
what?
your biggest
At-
fan.
At what? At the Wholistic Lender.
So
If you do refer a business and we have that approach saying, listen, we have to do this deal to get there. Understand, we're going to talk to you about it. Community, understand something. Even the play I'm doing now, everybody understands. Listen, on a HELOC, just so you're transparent, it's not like a whole bunch of money. It's an ends to a means. 'Cause think about it. If I don't give away that $100,000 loan, we're not making that $30,000 commission.
Yeah.
And on that $100,000 loan, I think the most that could be charged is a primary, so we don't touch it.
Oh, that
2
sucks.
points.
It sucks.
2 points on
It's
$100,000.
nothing. It's a cup
I
of
don't
coffee.
care about that. I'd rather make $20,000-$30,000.
Yeah. This is why a lot of mortgage companies do not like doing HELOCs. They refer it to your community bank.
Correct.
That is so true.
That is so
But this all-in-one loan is so much better than a HELOC, and I'm telling you,
fire.
when you have the accessibility that your home acts as your checking account, it's a complete
It's a
game
game
changer.
changer. Yeah.
I have a question on that product, right? Let's say you already have a 30-year loan or 20-year loan. Can you refinance and pay off your first with this loan?
Yep, I'm doing it right now for a client.
Oh, that's
All right.
That's
Yep.
yeah.
fire.
Now
That's
let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Jennifer today is allowing everyone to send over business, because one of the questions was, how can I connect Jennifer to learn? How can I connect to Jennifer, right? To
Contact.
learn more.
Contact.
Contact. Wow.
Damn.
To learn
And I
more
thought
about
I
the
was
HELOC
tired.
product. Is this available in California? Is this available in California, Jennifer?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so this is what I would love for everyone to do that's going to do it. We
Good
don't,
question,
don't
Jerry.
normally do this with
Guests
whoever
on
we
our
have
panel.
guests on our panel, Jennifer's family. But
Aw.
we need to understand who actually is coming on and actually doing something for it. Jennifer, let's how would they be able to, so for you to be able to contact her, because I do not want you guys, because I know it's a lot of you guys, to bombard her email address with
We know who you are, by the way.
questions.
This
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pre-screen them, because this is a great product, right? And she's gonna view it as well. It's
If you're an affiliate, you should already have a link.
yeah, you should have a link. But matter of fact, we're gonna give you an email, which is what? Approvals, right?
No,
Wait, hold on. Which is
Can we type it in?
how about we're gonna type it in?
Type it
We're
in.
gonna type it in right now.
Deals
Back office deals is typing. They're typing it in, which is. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what that is. He's deals at brokersconnectiongroup.com. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because we want to make sure you don't bombard her with just questions that don't meet the criteria.
We have to
That's-
protect Jennifer at all
yeah,
costs.
yeah. We have to protect the
Jennifer
innocent.
at all costs.
We have to protect the innocent.
It is, but also it's a Q&A, right?
Yeah.
So if you have questions, we can answer it right through that email. But then if you have a deal, we know to escalate it, because
Correct.
this is a new product, right?
It
People
is.
don't know about it. So think about it. If you have a deal and you're ready to go, do you want to be number 20 after people just asking questions? Or the ones that have deals ready to go, of course, we'll pass you straight to Jennifer. But if it's just a Q&A, that email can handle it.
Yeah.
But if it's something where it's like, I have a deal right now I want to do, trust me, we're not
And-
going to hold you up. We'll send you straight to Jen.
Stanley, and I just heard from production, this is what we could do. We haven't even asked Jennifer right now, but this is what we're going to do, because I know that you guys are going to have a lot of questions.
Live on the spot.
Exactly. What we're going to do is the following. When you send us over your questions, we are going to go ahead and do it live underwriting, right? That's what we want to be known for. So what we're going to do is every other Tuesday, until you guys start joining and more questions or request comments for every Tuesday, we're going to have her so that we are able to then go through the
I don't know.
go through the questions. Tuesdays, one time. Yeah, that's what I said. I said one time. Yeah. So one time. This way now she's able to answer your questions, let you guys know exactly what it is that you guys are asking, etc. For this particular program.
But don't worry, if it's just a question, Jen's able to answer it. She won't make you wait a week, 2 weeks.
Oh,
to
yeah,
answer it.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean, just to
Right
make
away.
it clear. If it's
Yeah.
just a quick
Yeah.
question, because product knowledge, we need you to understand the product. Like I said, right now, like you saw us get surprised. Trust me, we're not acting. She just dropped a bomb on us, letting us know it's primaries, investment.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, do not waste your time. Ask the questions. I'd be emailing right now, going,
Yes.
this is what I need to know to make a decision, guys.
I thought you said you was Denzel's cousin and you were like an actor. Is that not really you? Like all of a sudden now we're not acting? Like what's going
I'm
on?
Michael B. Jordan, baby. Stop playing.
Oh my goodness. All right, so listen, ladies and gentlemen, what we want to do, because obviously, it's 8 o'clock. We want to start wrapping it up. Let you, ladies and gentlemen, get back to whatever you're going to do on a Thursday night. We just want to read everybody's question, and then we'll do final thoughts with all of us, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Jose, read the first question.
What is the process to get licensing? To get licensed?
Man. Ugh. It gave me a headache reading that question. You have to do a 20-hour course. You have to take a national mortgage test. Once you take the national mortgage test, which is hard as heck, a lot of people fail.
They say that it's the second hardest test in America besides the what is it that lawyers have to take?
The LSAT.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The bar
The bar.
second LSAT. You know what?
No, that isn't.
I think that is.
Into law school. Yeah.
Yeah, but they say like second to the bar exam is the exam to become an MLO. But go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, it was very hard. Obviously I passed on the first time. But I've known people in the industry that have been in the industry for like 10 years and still failed the first time.
Yeah.
You have to complete your 20 hours, take the national test, and then depending on which state you want to work in, you have to also take continuing education and you have to take their tests as well. Now, if you work at a federally chartered bank,
which is a plus, ladies and gentlemen, understand this and listen to what she's going to say right now for a federally chartered bank.
you do not have to get licensed. You work under the bank's umbrella, which is you work under their license. Now, compensation at those places are not as aggressive as if you worked for an independent mortgage bank or a direct lender.
Cool. Okay. Next question, Daryl. You want to read off?
Yeah, are HELOCs, and Jose, really quick, a HELOC, that's what, a home equity line of credit?
Correct.
I see, I know a little something. Are HELOC loans the only ones you need to be licensed to get commission, or other loans, no license needed? Another great question, Rick.
I would say no. HELOC. I mean, you do need a license to do a HELOC, yes, to get commission.
You need a license to do primaries. You could do a HELOC on an investment property,
Okay.
and that's done, right? You're fine. You need a license to do primary residences, whether it's a
all
HELOC,
across the board,
all
right?
across the board.
Okay.
Whether it's a HELOC or any other program, FHA, VAs, etc. That's what you need a license for. Where the client is going to live in the property. The reason why.
Wait, I actually have to correct you right there.
You do. Why?
You need. Hold on. You do need a license, even if it is investment, but depending if it's a non-QM.
No. Well, but
Like
because
you
no, it's a
can't go-
primary. Well, it's a non-QM and a primary,
No, because there are investment loans that fall under Fannie Mae,
such as.
such as a regular conventional investment
But
loan.
are they going to live in a property or not?
No, it's an investment loan, but you have to be licensed to underwrite under Fannie Mae. Non-QM investment
What
is
program?
different.
Hold on. No.
No.
This is exactly
Stan,
why
we got to
do
call
this.
Stanley.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That is
I love
incorrect.
this.
That is.
Well,
That
yeah, because you have to, because then that falls under.
Let me ask you a question. If you're doing an investment property, what are you primarily going after? What is the program that everyone's going to go after?
Oh, the DSCR.
And okay, so Stanley, come over here. Stanley's coming over with food. Please turn the camera to Stan. I'm trying to figure out what
Is
are
this
you
somebody's
holding?
birthday, Stanley?
What are you doing? He's
Is this somebody's birthday? 'Cause I see all that cake over there.
Stanley.
Stanley, correct you.
Wait, hold on. We have a question. Hold on, Stan. We have a question. The question was, okay. So Jennifer said that for certain investment property programs, right?
Being underwritten under Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac as an investment loan, you need to be licensed.
Correct.
Yep,
No, hold on.
that's what I said.
Oh,
But question. Hold on. The question was, hold on. The question was, are HELOC loans the only ones you need to be licensed to get commission? I said you need to be licensed for any program that it's a primary residence. Am I correct? Yes or no on that?
You have to be licensed for any loan on a primary residence. No.
Huh?
Because you can get a private mortgage on a primary. As
So
long as it's not
But you
through
have to
Fan-
be licensed.
So that
there's
means no,
like-
but that means no. But what he's saying is you don't have to be licensed.
Fannie Freddie. Let's say I want to finance his home. I'm going to finance it. I can cut him a check and give him a 30-year mortgage, a private 30-year mortgage.
Correct.
We're talking about commission. We're talking about licensing.
no.
No, but
I
I can
thought-
pay whoever I want because it's a private mortgage. It's on my terms and conditions.
Correct.
When you're doing license, when you're doing Fannie, Freddie,
even if it's an investment loan. Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Even if it's an investment loan under Fannie and Freddie, you still have to be like,
yes, 100%. No, I would. Okay, let me agree with you. Yes, anything having to do Fannie or Freddie, you have to definitely be licensed. But let me. Okay, anything having to do with banks. Why would anyone take a loan under Fannie or Freddie when they can go ahead and get a DSCR?
yeah.
He just gave you the secret.
No. I was gonna say it, but yeah. Obviously, they have enough income to show. The rate is slightly lower. It's not that big of a difference.
Which is what? Hold on. Which is what?
I
What
mean,
would you say?
Let's say
Because
right now
we're closing DSCR loans in 6.99. No license.
So then your investment loan would depending on the bank's margin, you're looking at, I would say, anywhere between 6.75 around that.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
to that rate.
The reason why I say that is because
Hold on, but there's something you're forgetting.
What am I forgetting?
We're a unique company, meaning that when we're doing DSCR compared to bank rates.
Saying I was getting to that. Why but it's okay.
That's
you know
why
what?
I said that it depends on the bank margin.
But Stan, I want you to go ahead. I like the way you say things sometimes. Stan, that's why they call you sexy
He
chocolate.
just says it so much better.
Do you guys really call him sexy chocolate?
That all over the office. It's like, oh my God, sexy chocolate.
That was a sexy chocolate.
Is this a passing of the torch?
He said sexy chocolate and everyone wants a piece of him. I have no idea what that meant. But Stanley,
Call him Hershey Kisses.
Clip it.
Clip it. That's it. Put a picture behind it. That's it. No, but what we were talking about, just the rate. So Stanley was right, and that's what I was going to get at. What I was going to say before was that rates are really maybe a fraction of a point above on a DSCR for us. So most people take FHA loans, or most people take these type of loans if it's primary, but they don't have to show that much paperwork with us, which is, I think, what Stanley was going to say before, right? Oh, go ahead, Stanley. You're nodding your head. Correct me.
Wait. Can I ask a question really quick? Because I really don't know that much about those type, anything real estate. I'm a business financing guy. So as a salesperson, right? Why, if the rate's only a fraction of a point?
Oh, good question.
In some instances, if the difference between whether you need to be licensed or not, or even if you were licensed but you make more commission elsewhere, and it's only a fraction of a point, that's a difference in the rate between making $30,000 of a commission on the deal or getting him something like Fannie or Freddie and making maybe like $2,000, $2,500 commission on a deal. Why on earth, for half a point in a rate, would I
let me
add something traditional?
Let me add to that, because we're on the same mindset, you and I. Can I ask you guys a question? How much is a half a point dollar-wise on a payment? Do you guys know that?
Depends on the loan amount.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, so
it could be like $100, something like that, a little bit more.
$100. So you're telling me that
on loan amount.
So because you just said Fannie Freddie, and I know it's all about credit score, docs, and we're talking about DSCR, and a fraction of is maybe $100.
Hold on, I think you both are in two different perspectives, right?
Talk to us.
You're coming from the primary home space, right?
Mhm.
And Fannie and Freddie. You're coming from the fund rock space, and the reason why the way you're looking isn't the majority, because you got to remember, majority in the private space is capped at 75% cash out. Only reason we're able to go to 80, 85 is because we're on with paper lenders, which majority of our space.
No, we're talking about the rate.
No, even rate wise. That's why no one competes with this rate. But to qualify to even be on with them, the bar was really high.
And even this,
let me give you an example. There's lenders out there that the same bank they broker to, we broker to.
Correct.
And that's not heard of.
Yep.
We went to a convention a couple months ago. And mind you, these are people that's been in the space 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
No, I know.
Right?
When I first met you, we spoke about Jesus, what company was that? Velocity?
No, Stanley, not Jesus.
No, but we spoke about very similar companies. Remember Logan?
Yep.
We spoke we had that conversation, and it's true. But it's actually cheaper with you guys and actually going with the bank because of the bank's margin.
Correct. 100%.
And that's exactly what I was going to say is ladies and gentlemen, you guys have to understand. That's what I was going to say. You have to understand.
But look, I think
it's
hold
the
on,
padding.
and not to cut you off, right?
Yes.
But I think ultimately, right, regardless
Jen.
whatever loan, right, whether it's primary investment, whatever, even if you go get a personal loan, right, the reason why somebody's going to work with you, no matter if your rate is a quarter point higher or whatever it is, right, they're willing to pay that higher interest rate because they like you, because they trust you,
Yep.
because they can guarantee, right, they guarantee that you will close that deal.
No, I'll disappoint. I'm going to disagree
I gotta
with
support
you.
my sister here, my little sister.
Oh, wait,
No,
hold
no.
on.
Okay, go
ahead. It's 3-on-1. Go ahead.
You see
Go.
how they said they're like, why would someone want to become licensed to go traditional lending? There are more primary home transactions than investment transactions nationally.
Correct.
That's a fact.
95% of my business
So
is
if
primary
you look
residence.
on volume wise, because mind you, I was on the retail space forever, so I can never just knock it. Because think about it, the main reason I got into business is 3 things a person needs to live: food, clothing, and shelter. We provide financing for one of them. Every day the market goes up and down, someone gets a high-paying job that needs a place to live. Every day market goes up and down, someone's family grows, they need a bigger house. Every day market goes up and down, they inherit a boatload of money and want to upgrade their house. Real estate will always move. And now based on volume, those people that need the shelter, need it, they're always going to buy primaries. That inventory will always move. So I won't knock it. Even though we're on the investment side, I got to give my sister credit when you're like, oh, why would you do this? She has a bit more bites at the apple. But that's why Fund Rock, we preach education, education, education. Be the master of your space.
Right.
Because we might not move as many units as primaries, but listen, we're going to get the volume of business because we're the best in the business.
Okay, so on the lemon
We
side,
get paid off volume, not units.
Wait, hold on. On the lemon side, we preach not be gullible, which means that if someone tells you they're doing business with you because they like you, they're full of shit.
Listen.
No way.
Wait, hold on. No, hold on.
Community is
Hold
15
on.
after
Hold
8.
on.
It is Brokers Connection after dark.
No,
You know,
this is what
It's
it
about
is.
to get real.
But no, the reason why is because guys,
wrap it up.
and hold on. But the community has to understand this. Is you know what? They're not doing business with you because they like you. If they and we hear this all the time. No,
I just had somebody leave. I just had somebody leave four leave.
no. What I mean by that is when they hold on.
you got a question.
Hold on. What I mean by that is when they say, "Listen, I have this better offer, but I'm gonna go with you because I like you." That's
That
crap.
happens
That's
to me all the
nonsense.
time.
No,
And no,
I've
but
heard.
that's-
I've heard that.
But that's bullshit because you.
No.
Well, the reason
people
what
trust you to get it done.
No,
Some of these
No,
clients.
that's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna give you an example.
I'm confused.
I
But it's
Let
not.
me give you an example. I had
Even
today. My guy Ryan, who's doing a phenomenal job, right? Ryan has a client, and I listened to him. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna lose this deal." Sounds like, what happened? He's like, "We can't beat him on closing costs." I'm like, "Can't beat him on closing costs?" I was like, "Standard? What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, well, the guy said he's only paying $4,100 in closing costs." I go, "What? That math isn't math."
You know, it's not true. Yeah.
So I tell him, "Okay, let me know what 4,100 is." He says, "Processing, underwriting, origination, and application fee." I said,
Application fee.
"Yeah." I was like, "What?" So the bank's not gonna have an attorney represent them, that you're gonna pay them. No attorney in the United States is paid less than $1,000. So you're telling me the banks will let you close without paying for insurance first? That's gonna be at least $1,000. Then you're gonna have your title fees. Are you gonna close without knowing if there's a lien on the property? Are you gonna, the state and the county gonna take their pound of flesh with their fees?
Sam, but that's different.
Hold on. But my point being, once I did that, he's like, "Yo, you know what? You're my guy."
But let me ask you a question. Let's assume that everything was the same for you and him, but the rate was different. You actually hold on. Your rate is higher, and the other guy's rate is lower. And the guy says, "You know what, Stan? But I like you. I'm gonna go with you, right? Because I like you. You said something. I've never met you, and you said something to me that I said, 'Oh my God, I love this guy.'"
Simple. When did you get your rate quote?
Exactly.
I'm asking you a question. When did you
Well,
get
no. But that's hold on. That's the point I'm trying to make.
That's his point. His point.
If it's on
And I-
FaceTime,
No. Listen, but I understand because what he's really trying to say is, you asking that question means that you don't believe in why he wants to do business with you. You're going to ask another question to try to unravel what it really is.
No, because your question, listen, your question is going to be, but why? When did you get that quote? Because you now know that you're the best in the. Hold on, you're the best in the space.
Based on the way you're handling business,
That's
does
that.
that qualify?
Put the mic. Can't hear you.
Could it, I'm asking a question. When someone says, "I dislike you," could it be during that conversation they like you because they felt you earned their trust?
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Stanley.
Let me finish. Let me give the parameters. Someone like, you know what, I just like you because you made them feel like, yo, I'm really good. You're gonna give me good service. That qualifies for just liking you too. Your presentation. No guy or girl, depending who you ask, says you're cute without looking at you. Like there's something about you, like your dimples, like something. So during that conversation, that's your face.
So let me ask you a question, Chase. You going up against Chase, and Chase is going to give a better rate. He likes you, but he thinks you're amazing. You're fucking sexy chocolate. He just take a bite out of you. Hold on. Who is he going to go to? Chase, that's going to give him a lower rate, or you because he likes you and he loves the way that you look?
There's a difference.
No, hold on.
There's a difference, and understand something. As someone whose best friend worked for Chase for over 2 decades, right? Chase is walking through the door before he does. It's different.
Yeah.
Brand recognition. If you're saying Chase walks through the door and I'm Citibank, we're tough.
I'm not talking about Citibank. You're Stanley at Fun Right. Hold on.
Oranges to oranges.
But that's not the point of this.
I'm gonna let this go for like 25 more seconds, and I'm gonna wrap it up.
Can I chime in? Okay.
Yes, please, Jennifer.
Okay. I just went up against 4-leaf credit union. We all know credit unions cannot beat out even my rate. I straight up told her, your 4-leaf loan officer will be there 9 to 5. You have me from 9 to 9. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to handhold you. I'm going to explain things to you. I'm going to do everything to you. Actually, my underwriter's sitting a couple of desks away from me. It's the service. And I've been trained like this. I have a mentor that literally told me, do not lower your comp plan, right? Which in turn is with your rate.
Yeah.
Do not lower your comp plan because you don't go into, and like I said this last podcast, you don't go into Louis and Gucci and ask for a discount.
Yep.
You need to sell yourself on the service. In turn, they like you better. They're going to trust that you're going to get it done. If I go, when I was at my other previous institution, which was a federal bank, and I competed with Chase. Hey, listen, Chase does checking accounts, XYZ, CDs, whatever. They have a whole bunch of stuff going on. My bank just focuses on mortgages. In turn, there's going to be more attention on your deal. You obviously, not because, they look at you and they like you. You have to show them why you're the better pick.
Why you're the expert. Yeah.
Like a lot of deals, like.
Hold on. First of all,
Go ahead.
we got to give a little.
No, I was just gonna say, like, if you go to Chase for a mortgage and you inquire about a mortgage, they're gonna run your credit right away. We're gonna inquire, do our due diligence first, make sure that you pre-qualify before we just run your credit. We're gonna give you a plan of action if you need to pay down debt, if you need credit repair, if something's going on. We'll be able to see that up front, like Jen said. It's the service that you provide, the time. And sometimes people are busy and they do want to pay for services. We see it every day here. So that's
the loan officer at Teachers Federal Credit Union isn't going to sit with that, FHA first time home buyer that needs a rescore.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen,
Even if you check the last podcast,
you gotta hold the mic with both hands.
If you on the podcast the one before, we were talking about how we handhold not even just the financing. When they're like, I need an insurance agent. We're gonna have a referral for them.
Yeah.
Chase isn't giving that.
Yeah.
Oh, the house I want to buy needs a handyman. Chase isn't giving you that. I'm looking. Where?
Yeah, that's you.
No, you.
That's
You.
you.
That's you.
Yeah, that's you right there.
Sexy chocolate.
That's you. That's you, sexy chocolate. That's you.
Chocolate.
Yeah. You got stoned for a second.
If you ask Chase oh, I need insurance for the property. They're not going to have somebody for you, a local agent you feel comfortable with, especially if you're bilingual, speak another language. They're not going to have that in place. If you're like, you know what, I'm buying this house, but I need someone to work on it. Can you refer me? Chase isn't going to do that. Those extra steps we take that we don't get paid off those referrals, but we keep those in pocket because we know the communities that we serve and our clients need those things. That's where it comes. It's a package deal. It's not a one-trick pony. That's what makes us unique. On Jen's end, she's coming with bilingual. So if this isn't your first language, it's okay. I'll speak to you. I'll hold your hand. I'll explain to you what home ownership is. If you're coming on the investment side, Jose speaks Spanish. I speak Creole as a Haitian.
¿Qué pasó?
So we
Stop
go.
us saying.
Sometimes we have to
Abuela.
extend someone when just like the client
Monsieur
before.
pour le bout français.
Are the closing costs really the closing costs? Am I going to get surprised at the end? The rate you're giving me, is that the rate I'm going to end with? And it's a hand-holding process, but trust me, it pays back tenfold.
Yeah.
On the primary end, I think Jen will agree. People buy a home, they might not refinance for 10 years, but you know what? Then their sister buys a home. Guess who they're referring?
Yes.
Their brother
Me.
buys a home. Guess who they're referring? Investment. When they buy one property and before they even close 9 times, they're like, yo, I'm looking at another one. Can you run the numbers?
Yeah.
I'm looking at another one. Can you run the numbers? That's what it's about.
And ladies and gentlemen, I mean, listen,
I
we
want
had
people,
a
not
question.
chicks.
We had a question before, and I was just only asking that because I need rebuttals. We need rebuttals for our affiliates, right? Because they get that all the time. Hey, listen, you know what? It's I like you. This is and the third, but it's about building rapport. Just like how Rick Green said, right? I've been in real estate. Oh, Daryl, go ahead.
No, yeah, I've been a real estate broker for 30 years, and I've won sales and buyers over, other agents just because, they like me and trusted me and build a rapport. And Rick, I have to, listen, Rick, I have to say just to chime in. And again, we kept you guys long enough. We said at 8:05 we're wrapping up. 15, 20 minutes later.
Steve, we're bilingual here.
Wait, Steve has a question.
We're bilingual.
So Steve said, I have a question about the program on the Lemon Capital website. On the 0% business credit card, it goes to the FICA 125 program. Are you not doing 0% credit cards now? Okay, so Steve, I'm going to answer that question for you. Those are two different programs. And the FICA program is a program that we're going to roll out. Stanley, when are we rolling it out?
We're looking like next month.
Next month. Okay. So it's a
Y'all
way.
better get ready.
So the FICA is going to be insane. It's for anyone that is a W-2 employee.
Let's not even get into that.
But we're going to push that aside just to give you
live dive.
for the business owner. Join the live dive and I'll explain to you in detail. 0% business credit cards allows business owners that either have a cash advance, defaulted on a cash advance, can't get no money, but they have a 680 plus credit score. Allows them the ability to still get money on a 0% interest, monthly payments, and also too the ability if they are startups. That's huge.
It looks like Steve's main thing was your link for 0% goes to the FICA. So, back office, just know what Steve just said. So if you go to our website, if you go to 0%, it goes to FICA. So we might have to change.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. We might have to, we have to tune that up a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, listen, I know usually we wrap it up by everybody giving their own dissertation of the evening. I'm just going to wrap it up so you guys can all get back to your evening and to your families. And thank you so much for hanging out with us, past the 8 o'clock mark. It's almost a half an hour, past, but we still got a decent amount of people in here. So really quick, whether you're just starting, your content journey or you already have a ring light tattooed, to your soul, this isn't about being trendy. It's about building trust at scale. Because in today's market, attention is currency. And then again, at the end of the day, just to piggyback off what everybody said, yes, we gave all you different aspects of what you should do on social media to become successful. But at the end of the day, I mean, if anybody just had like the correct formula, everyone would be millionaires from the couch, and they're not. There's some people making millions of dollars a month, some people making $5,000 a month. Figure out what works for you. Just like Stanley said at the beginning of the podcast, nurture your community. If you have a big community on TikTok, nurture them. Facebook, like me, nurture them. Instagram, have at it. Figure out who you have the most wherever you have the most engagement with people, and then you have to figure out how to monetize it. Post the same message, see how many people respond, and start from there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for us for the evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. Daryl, this is Jose. We got Jen. We got Sarah. We got Sexy Chocolate. And in the other room, we have Sophia. And we got Rye Guy, the new guy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
What's us like that? What's this?
That was a wild one.
We got heated, Jose.